Smart Homes Energy Management Case. Today, new technologies offer us new possibilities and will certainly change the way we live in the next 30 years. Today, we want to look at something that concerns us all and will be certainly deeply impacted by those new technologies, our homes. Wireless technologies, Internet of Things, and other are already being implemented in our homes, but what will it be like in 2050? What will a smart home look like? However, when it comes to digital convergence, every stakeholder have to be taken into consideration to properly consider the issue. That is why, in the video, we will consider not only the individual point of view, but also the firm and government point of view. Every technology has to be considered first from a user perspective. When dealing with smart homes, we have first to ask ourselves what could be the devices that we as individuals will be dealing with and enjoying in our daily life. Here are some examples of technology that are being developed today or may even already be on the market, like a wireless hub controlled by voice such as Alexa from Amazon, would be a central device, allowing us to control all our electronic devices only with a voice. The next device is a smart lock. This can be locked or opened even from outside the home and function automatically or remotely. Third and fourth devices here are smart thermostats and smoke alarms. Implemented in the smart home grid, they allow better energy management and home safety. Finally, here is the smart light bulb that can be turned on and off wirelessly and connected to our home's framework to allow an automated control of the light. However, when we talk about smart home, we are talking about an integrated environment where every device communicates with each other. We talk here about digital convergence, not just separated devices, but devices that are integrated in a framework that utilize each one of them devices and where they communicate with each other. In the following example, we will discover a true example of digital convergence in a smart home, the case of energy management. This video can be seen on the Bosch website. It illustrates an example of fully integrated management system in a smart house. The system fully manages its electricity consumption and all related devices totally autonomously. It relies on sensors to detect and monitor when a device is connected, and it relies on big data to be able to predict consumption and manage the electricity at hand. The system is built to include renewable sources of energy to be more sustainable. Finally, exceding energy is sent back in the energy network of the city to be used by other users. You can find more information on the Bosch website. Let's now look at the issue from the firm point of view. Firms that will both provide the electricity and the devices used to manage it. Balancing the energy system under the integrated system from small unit, home, to national unit should reduce the energy consumption by about 15%. But it is interesting to note that from the company point of view, it is useless to distinguish the building types and even whole cities broadly. Shared information and communications are key point of energy management among different units. For the company will not only have to manage the fluctuation of electricity inside your own home, but will also have to cope with the fluctuation and accident in the grid from every home in the grid. Despite the complexity that such grid will have and the huge challenge that managing all these smart homes represent, it is certain that companies will be highly interested in those as they represent a huge source of profit. It is expected that BEMS, Building Energy Management System, market alone will exceed 30 billion by 2026, while current market account only for 6.3 billion in 2017, and it is expected to grow by a 15% yearly. More globally, the smart home market is sure to explode in the next decade. Evaluated at 12.5 billion in 2016, it is expected to grow up to 22.51 billion in 2021, with an expected CAGR post 12%. And the key geographical market is expected to be EMEA, as it accounts for 4.78 billion in 2016 and is growing. This might be due to the high concentration of residence facilities and resource limitation. In conclusion, even if those new technologies and the implementation of energy management system in smart home will represent a huge challenge for companies that will have to provide whole homes and keep managing and providing customer support to all those homes, the market is sure to be a profitable one and an investment that will yield much value. Let's now talk about the government point of view. The operation of smart home and a better energy management is the opportunity to implement new regulation and achieve political objectives that cannot be applied in the current housing environment. BEMS implementation in smart homes represent the opportunity for the government to put toward the generalization of the zero energy building. A variety of different terms have been used to characterize very low energy building aiming towards zero energy ZE or emission from a building, whereby any energy consumed within the building is offset by renewable sources, usually at the building site. However, as well as an opportunity, smart homes represent a challenge for government in that regard because of the high interconnectivity and the implementation in a grid. The jurisdiction with the most success seem to result from a mix of ambitional regional, like European Union scale, or national, state, provincial policy leadership, combined with grassroots local policy activity supported by ZEB and environmental advocates, as well as industry leaders. This leads to a virtuous cycle of ZE policy where the interaction of leading policies can drive continuous increases in ambition. Those policies, if they want to be successful, will thus have to not only grasp the national or international creed of smart building and impose nationwide regulations, but also look more closely at every one building and generate local supports and backing to help every citizen in the fulfillment of those goals. As every house will be part of a framework, policies must accompany and take into account every stakeholder to be successful. In conclusion, in 2050 our homes will be nothing like they are today. We will have fully integrated homes where connected devices will ensure safer, more effective and more comfortable life. Even if some challenges will emerge from it, mainly in terms of data security, new technologies stay a big opportunity for tomorrow on every level. It will enhance user daily life, it will be a great market opportunity for firms, and it finally will be a way for government to direct toward a better society. But if there is one lesson to be learned from what we have discovered, is that when dealing with digital convergence, the smallest innovation, as it takes place in an interconnected grid, need to be approached with a broad and inclusive view, as it's far-reaching. Thank you for listening.